All right. Hey there, guys. Welcome. This is a message for leaders from Sharon and I, and we're really excited. I'm going to go ahead and hop right in because we only have so much time before our next Zoom that's coming up. So we want to take a minute to share with you our vision, like a vision that's kind of we have now, and a vision that you guys know that we went to the GoPro event and we've been thinking about some things. So we got a lot going on inside of our head, and we want to let you guys know. And I just want to clarify, this isn't a vision. This isn't about you guys. This isn't about what we want from you, or I don't even know if it's what we want for you. I'm going to be talking about us. Of course we want it for you. We want it for everybody. But this is us focusing on us and wanting you to know what's going on with us. And of course, I think, we want you to come on along. I think we're in a really great place in our business and in our personal growth. And man, we got some exciting stuff. So let me just hop right in. So let me just start by saying in the last year or so, here, our first picture here is Emma Gonzales, of course, living down here in Coral Springs. We went through a lot with the Stoneman Douglas shootings, and this is Emma Gonzales, one of the students that kind of rose up as a leader. And we remember this speech she gave a couple days after, where she had, I don't know if you ever saw that speech if you're not in South Florida, where she was calling BS, about this that the government does, and this about gun control, and I call BS, and I call BS. So that's something we do around our house lately. Like if we're thinking about something and it's like, no, I don't think that's right, we call BS. And Sharon will call me on BS. I'll call her on BS. So we love doing that. So I just wanted to include that. So we've been stable in our business for a while. But we've been thinking small. We've been kind of rolling small. So, and I think part of that is, I came home from my job a few years ago. We saw some growth, but it hasn't really, we haven't like blown it up. And we've been just kind of rolling along, like, committed. We're very committed to this business, but we haven't been exploding this business. So another way to think of it is that we've been kind of cruising along. We kind of been doing what we've been doing, and that's been good. And I'm very thankful and blessed where we're at. I think everybody that's going to watch this is thankful for the Juice Plus products, the business, the opportunities that's been for them. But I think we all kind of want a little bit more. We've been desiring growth, but we've been a little bit frustrated. And I know from talking to you guys, some of you guys have been frustrated too. Some of you would like to see more happening. And we look around and we see some people that are getting more. They're having more abundance. And it's like you start to wonder, like, what the heck? Like, what's wrong? So we start searching. We start wondering. We start thinking. Or we start, just cruising a little bit, doing what we do, saying, well, this is what we do. And, oh, yeah, this is what I do. And it doesn't really lead to huge things. So we've started thinking more. It's like, what is going on? And we've been calling BS a lot, like I explained to you, whether it's certain things we do within the culture of our teams, the Campbell team, our company, thoughts about ourselves, things of fears, things we're wondering, like, are we supposed to do this? And we really think about it instead of just doing. Grant Cardone is one of the guys that spoke at the GoPro conference. I love this guy. One of the things he said, look around. What is working in the world? Do that. Don't do what you're comfortable with. So we've been thinking like that and then calling BS a lot. So we've been wondering and wondering and wondering. So the opportunity came up to get some pretty cheap tickets, a couple $100, whereas they're usually $400, $500, $600, $700 tickets to go to GoPro. We saw in a sideline chat or NMD chat, I forget where I saw it, but they were like $200 tickets. And it's like, let's go to GoPro. And Sharon's like, let's go to GoPro. We'll go to Vegas. We stayed at our timeshare out there. And it's like, why not? It's like, I love the GoPro book. Eric Worre's great. And no, Jules, I'm not trying to look like Eric Worre. My contact lenses are on order. I did shave my head. But you know what? It feels very freeing to shave my head because it's like going all in. It's like, okay, I'm bald. Let me just shave it. And I love it. Nobody else loves it. Michelle, thank you. You said it looks pretty good. But, The kids say it's growing on them. Anyway, so why not go to Vegas? Why not? So we go. All right. And our mind got blown in Vegas, guys. We have more confidence in our company than ever. If we ever have complaints or questions or we're wondering about something within our company, a great quote is, hey, there's problems with every network marketing company. Our job is to choose which one we want to have problems with. I think it's true with anything. Think of all the jobs you've ever had. There's always a problem. Nothing's perfect. So our company is incredible. I'll still take it over any company that I've heard about. And there was literally over 100 companies represented at this conference. So our eyes were open. We have tons of new ideas and a different mindset. And we want to share with you. Again, we're not putting this on you. We want to let you know where we're at as your leaders, so you can kind of understand and understand the context when you're seeing what's going on. So when we go there, we saw a bigger world. First of all, how when you go to conference remember your first time at conference, all of a sudden you realize Juice Plus isn't just like your team leader or your upline. You go to conference and your mind is blown because there's so many people there and there's so much going on. It's like, oh my gosh, you finally get it. You finally get it at conference. Well, going to GoPro is kind of cool because think of the next level of getting it, and that is to be around 8,000 to 10,000 people from over 100 different companies. So it's never talked about. The products are never talked about at GoPro. The specifics of your marketing plan are never talked about. You're not allowed to mention your company. They actually tell you if you talk to anybody about your company or if you try to recruit people, they actually kick you. They say, please tell us if you see somebody doing that, and they kick people out. So you're not allowed to do it. And it's just awesome to just hear about the industry and business, real business. It's so cool. So it was really help us realize there's a bigger world out there, way bigger than just our company. Another big eye-opener was a quarter of that crowd that you see right there in this picture traveled from outside the United States to get there. This really is a global thing, and it's growing faster. Hey, Sharon, if you could mute people, that would be helpful. It's growing faster outside the U.S. than it is inside the U.S. And, our company is in over 23 countries. We're opening 4 countries this year: Mexico, Portugal, I don't know, the Netherlands, I forget what else. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Don't correct me. It doesn't matter. But you're going to find out. 4 countries. Why not? Why not? So people outside of this country, and they explained it because this one guy had brought over 1,000 people, I think, from South America, and they were going crazy. And they explained that people from other countries, especially countries that we might think of as less fortunate than ours, are hungry for opportunity. There's people in places like Nigeria that are starting network marketing companies. They literally have meetings in huts that have dirt floors. Okay, this is real. And they use the internet, and most of their customers are outside in other places. It's incredible. So that was pretty cool to see. There's over 100 companies represented. How about this? Compare this to the Juice Plus world. They keep telling me that Juice Plus is 20% men. I don't believe it. Maybe, and certainly not in our teams. Our team, especially Campbell team, I think, well, not really Campbell team, because we have Guy and we have Kurt and we have a few others, about 50% men. But when you go to conference, you just see so many women. So even me as a guy, I quit my job to do this full time. And, something I've really struggled with is, am I really doing this business? Can I really do it? Is there, even Jay Martin has told me, don't forget, our bread and butter is moms with kids. And maybe that's true. That's a certain segment. But is that maybe we got to call BS on that? Because when you go to the GoPro conference, about half the audience is men. These are 20-something to 30-something men that are wearing business suits and are like the skinny pants and the cool shoes, and they're really hipsters, and they're moving and shaking and making things happen. And when people get up on the stage and they speak, they had something called the Millionaire Club. And these are people that are, it's verified, they're making over $1 million a year. Out of 20 people they honored, one of which, by the way, was Jennifer Myers from the Juice Plus company, there was only about 3 or 4 women. The rest are all men. So it gives me confidence as a guy. But I think for you guys that aren't guys that are watching this, it should also make you think for a second and maybe call BS about who are we bringing onto our teams. What if another concept we learned there was that we don't make money. You know, it's illegal to make money. You'd go to jail for making money. Money is out there and it's flowing around all the time. If you go on Amazon, your money's flowing out. The people that are selling stuff on Amazon, the money's flowing in. So the concept is, my money's out there. Who's got my money? Let me go get my money. So in the same way, what if there's guys that want this business desperately? I mean, we're not selling bras and makeup in the Juice Plus company. So it's totally open for guys and to do it. So if the guys are out there and they're hungry and they want a business, what if they have to go to other companies that sell like cruises and I don't know. I don't even know what the other companies are because we didn't talk about it. But what if we're just losing them? What if you could have, wait a minute, 16 of those guys that are making $1 million a year that went on that stage were they were men. Only 4 of them were women. What if some of those guys could be on your team? What about people like Guy DeBeau, Kurt Beavers? You know, there's so many in the Juice Plus company that could be on your team. But if you're only focusing on the ladies, you're missing out. Okay, so that was a big mind shift for us. How about this? About 30 to 40% of the audience was Latino or African American. There'd be speakers would come on stage and they say, "Hey, Latino," and the crowd would erupt and go crazy. And they explained to us that, you know, we're down here in Miami thinking, oh, okay, my gosh, how do we get things going with our with the Spanish speakers? And I wonder if this is going to work as well. And it's like, this is all limitations we're putting on ourselves. Everybody can achieve and succeed. And the Latino population is one of the fastest growing segments, especially in the other countries, in network marketing. So keep that in mind as Mexico opens up, and we need to be thinking about that. Our money's in Mexico, guys. The money's sitting there. Somebody's going to go get it. Somebody's going to make millions of dollars in Mexico. Is it going to be you or is it going to be somebody else? I don't know. So good thing to think about. Other thing that we noticed at the GoPro conference was the attendees were very professional and business focused. So the kinds of people, now obviously, what kind of a person goes to GoPro? I mean, it's not going to be our casual family plan user, which we're always going to have. 80% of our team's always going to be that kind of a person. Only 20% is going to be really serious about the business. But in general, I would say they were very professional and business focused. And it was impressive. And it makes you realize that, hey, this really is a business. Like, my goal isn't just to go get 10 customers this month and to, like, hopefully, you know, get people in the children's health study. No, in addition to that, there's people that want a business and they're going to get a business. I mean, are you tired like I am of seeing your friends pop up on Facebook and you find out that they're doing another network marketing company because, you know, Monet or the oils or somebody has gone out and stolen from you? All right. That's your money. We got to go get it. Okay. The other thing we noticed is just energy and people were hungry and they were serious. Okay. So we got some concepts we got from this thing. First of all, is take responsibility. It's about you. It's not about your team or the company and all these other things. These are excuses. And I realize you guys are all muted, so I can't hear any yeah buts. But when you have a yeah but come up, no. You got to take responsibility, look in the mirror, and just say, you know what? This is about me. I can make this happen. I am the biggest driver of my success. It's not my upline. Julie Herbst didn't make us what we are. Joel Herbst didn't make us what we are. In fact, and Eric Worre says this, he said, when you get home, this is what he told us at the conference, I want you to call your upline and say goodbye. Thank them for everything they've done, and you appreciate everything. You realize they'll be there, but they've trained you well, and you're good to go, so you don't need to stay attached. And you know what? That's one of the secrets of Sharon's success. Right around when Julie was making senior sales coordinator or so, she went to a boot camp and they said, you got to cut the strings. And she came home and said, hey, Sharon, I got to cut the strings. And since then, it's been a lot less attached. You know, we don't talk to the herps about business all the time. We talk a lot about mission-driven model and things like that. But it's really good to depend on yourself. So when I think of how well we've done in this, I don't think like, oh, Julie brought me along. And if something's going wrong and we're not growing, never once did it enter my mind like, what has Julie done? Why aren't we growing? It's my fault. And we got to look in the mirror. And I challenge you guys to have that philosophy. One guy said, Eric Thomas, he's called the hip hop preacher, great guy to listen to. The day you take away all your excuses is the day you're going to blow up. Okay, you have everything you need for success. There's not some secret thing. It's all here. Your mind, you just got to retrain your mind. Okay, so you got to wake yourself up and hold yourself accountable in your business if you want to move forward. So you know how we talk about our why all the time? I'm going to talk about this at Peachtree Boot Camp a little bit. I'm calling BS on some of the why stuff because we talk about it, but we don't always do it. We got to think more about our why and make it bigger. Instead of just saying, you know, whatever I'm doing my business because of my kids. You got to think about what is the legacy going to be when you're gone. You know, how big are you going to build this where you can really make their life set up for the future, not just so you can spend a few more hours a week with them. That's not going big enough. Okay. So another concept we got was, am I fully committed? All right. So all of us on this call, I would say we're very committed. I mean, I quit my job. Actually, I quit my job twice for Juice Plus. When I went from the school board to the Ocean's Edge School of Worship, that was because of Juice Plus. And then I left that and went full time, all in. And I'm like, I am committed. But they call BS on us. And Sharon and I agree. There's committed, like all of us are, but then there's fully committed. Fully committed is like where you're crazy and you really are going after it all. Okay, so think about committed versus fully committed. Then there's like interested, and those are people that are just dabbling. But if you got 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the water, that's not good enough. You're not going to really grow because we keep asking the question, how come I'm not growing? Why aren't I growing? Fully committed, both feet in the water. Remember we did this exercise last time. Let's think about it again. Think about what you want to make, then double it again. Now, the point of that isn't just so you have a bigger goal, you can be more frustrated you didn't meet this year. The point of that is to think, what kind of activity would it really take to make that double goal? Okay? What would it look like? You got to have time. If you do the miracle morning, there's time where you just imagine things and you just visualize. You have to visualize the activity. What would you do? It doesn't mean you just do more of what you're already doing. There's only so many hours in a day. We're still parents. We still have hobbies. We still have things we do in our life. So we can't just do more. More isn't always better. We got to work smarter, not harder. So what would you do to do the double-double? You would have to cut out the things that don't really make you money. You got to do the things that matter. Why are we going for a 5-1 every month? I got coaching once from the Rory Vader organization. And I got coaching from this woman, and I told her my goal. She says, well, what's your goal? I said, oh, I'd like to increase to 10 customers a month. She said, I thought you said your price point's like $40-something for your product. I said, yeah. She said, why would you only sell 10 of those a month? Why aren't you selling 10 a day? And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's true. Like, how are we going to build a business that's 6 figures? You know, we want to make 6 figures. We want to make more. We want to do all this stuff. Yet we're making it where we're going to sell 5 products a month and sign up 1 team member. Maybe we should do more. Maybe we should set the sights higher. Eric Warrior has a group going now. You had to pay to get into the group where their goal is to get 20 new team members in 30 days. What would that do to your business? And what kind of activity would you have to do right now to go get that? And I know you're thinking, there might be a yeah, but in there. Yeah, but. Think about your activity last week. Is it really going to get you where you want to go? We got to start thinking different and be fully committed. All right? We got to do whatever it takes. And remember, it's about you developing your skills, being fully committed. I'm not expecting you guys to get me there. If I want to double my income, I'm not saying, all right, come on, Jules, come on, Michelle, let's go. Let's go, let's go. That's not the way it works. We got to do the activity. And then your team's going to come on along. Or maybe they won't. And that's okay. You know, we're always going to have those 20%ers that are just kind of doing the business more casual, and that's totally fine. So don't expect it of your people. Go out and get those new people. If we're doing the 5-1 or maybe the 10-5 or the 10-2, realistically, Sharon and I are going to add 2 team members a month and really develop them. And I'll share more about that. All right. All right. Next thing is reprogramming your mind. In order to achieve greatness, you got to believe it. The only reason you're not whatever you want to be, it's because you don't believe you belong there. All right. You got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You got to be fully committed. You got to look in the mirror and find your gaps. What is the problem? What do you have to do different? Don't blame your upline, your downline, your sideline, the new compensation plan. That's all BS. I'm calling BS. It's about us. We got to do it. We got to work on our mind, and we got to work on our skills and dream bigger. So we're going to be playing bigger in the Ferrari over here, but we're going to be staying in the Juice Plus lane, okay? We got the best product in the world. We got a great new compensation plan. We've got great uplines. We've got great everything. So we got to stay in our JP lane, but we got to play bigger. So a concept, one of the big things you're going to see us working on and taking away this year, some concepts, but a system. The systems he pointed out. I'm sorry about my PowerPoint, but we have systems that we need to do in our business, and the systems need to be fear-proof and skill-proof. What that means is, and this is a major problem, I think, in our culture and what we're going to be working on hard this year. We have to have a system for everything we do, because we can't be the expert and try to train everybody up. You have to have your reps signing up new people. Think about it. I mean, how many people do you have on your team? I mean, we have like 600, 700, 800 people. We don't even know the people further down. We have to have the systems in place, and your team's going to get growing. It's going to grow and grow and grow. There's people I met at this conference. Well, I didn't meet them, but we heard about them. They have like 15,000, 100,000 people in their downline. They have to have systems in place. All right. And right now we're not clear. We actually do have the systems, but we're not clear enough and we're not consistent enough. So we don't talk about them enough. It's a good system if everybody knows what it is and everybody does it and it's working. Okay. So the first one is customer acquisition. How do we get customers? Then customer care and bringing customers into the team if we can. Partner acquisition, getting reps. Partner startup. This is the one Sharon and I are focusing on right now. We're going to be rolling out some things to you guys. We worked with Julie and made some changes on the Freedom Revolution, and that's going to all be updated really soon. And I think you're going to love it. Love it. Partner startup, because I think we've been getting people and then they kind of wander off, right? So we're going to work on that really hard. The next thing is a system for a core rank. So that's pretty cool. QSC is our new core rank. That's the thing we're going to try to get everybody to. Everybody should be a QSC, and that's a system. Convention attendance. We don't really have a system for that right now. Recognition, kind of. Communication. Yeah, we know we're on Voxer and Facebook. Skill development. All right, skills are a whole different thing. And then leadership mentoring. So those are the 10 systems. You're going to hear us talking a lot about partner startup, core rank, and then like the first 5. That's going to be what we're focusing on. The next concept we learned at the conference was skills, and that is to be a professional, an expert, and it's really just the chapters in GoPro. The conference was so packed with skill tips too, guys, that much more than we can implement right now. Things like ATM, they kept saying add tag message, using ManyChat, campaigns, affiliates, watch parties. You can read it right there. It was mind-blowing, and we want you guys to go. Okay, leaders, we want to encourage you guys to go with us next year. We're going every year from now on because it was awesome. The company conferences and GoPro, that's our new minimum. Next year, December 8th to the 10th at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Here's the deal, though. Sharon and I have a timeshare. We're going to go ahead and commit our points this year, or a good portion of them, to getting 2 3-bedrooms. By the way, Sharon, I saw they have a 4-bedroom. I think those suites are available. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
But,
Let's go.
I know. So we're going to get a couple of 3-bedrooms. And this is the Alara where we stayed. It's super nice. It's walking distance to the MGM, and that's the view out the window right there. We were staying right there. This is just like our room. Imagine staying in an apartment with 3 bedrooms, a kitchen with a bunch of us, and having a good old time watching the MGM Graham fountains and going to Eric Worre. And we're going to give you guys the lodging, and we're going to find out more about tickets. We're going to try and buy group tickets so it's cheaper. But that's what we want, guys. That's what we want to do for you, and we want to share that with you as we go next year to GoPro. So that's a little bit of our vision. We got to wrap it up because I actually saved a minute or two for Sharon. And Sharon, go ahead and say a few words and close it down.
Oh, just, we would love, love, love. Oh, Stacy says count her in. I know Nalani said count her in before. Nicole Fiol said so. And the Landon, we're going to have an awesome, awesome team there. There were people there that had 150 people with them. 1,500. All right, Michelle's in. Yay. We had the best time. That we are seriously going every December. So there's no doubt about it. And we will share some of those other things. As he's talking, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to go through my notes some more to share. But anyway,
we're going to leave videos in the Facebook group with, just going through and teaching some concepts. But we just want you guys to feel some of our vision. Mm-hmm. And we're going to hop over to Amy's call right now.